see by this picture that this, by the way, we were talking about communication. How effective and valuable is communication in our lives when we're doing it to help other people? This particular chair that you see Rita signing, this was for the Ronald McDonald House, and I was asked to provide a celebrity contribution chair. That's what they thought. I don't tell them nothing different. So, of course, I went and had lots of real celebrities sign it. And like I tell people all the time, I walk red carpets all the time, the side of the red carpet. But, so one of the things that we did is we went, I made TV appearances nationwide. I'm seen in 52 markets. And I took this, the canvas with me, and I had over 50 people sign this chair. You know, Inside Edition and the E-Channel and your brother, yes, your brother, yourself. So Project Runway had some presence on there, and Survivor Fiji and HSN had, because that's some of your stomping ground, had some presence there. But Rita, these are two really important questions that we want to share with people. How has good communication from others helped you? So that's like referrals or something where someone has done something nice for you.
Well, the one that comes off the top of my head, first of all, hi everyone.
Hi.
Thank you for being here. The one that comes off the top of my head, you just mentioned my work on the Home Shopping Network. That was from a referral. It was a combination of being at the right place at the right time, as opposed to how I got spotted to be on Survivor. I think I was at the wrong place at the wrong time, because I ended up stranded on an island starving because of that. But anyhow, HSN I was at one of my son's football games, and a gentleman, one of the fathers at the game, was sitting in front of me. I had just done some of the morning traffic anchoring on KENS 5, and it was a really tough morning, and one of my first times filling in, and of course, all that could go wrong went wrong. My blue screen wasn't working, all the cameras, we have the traffic in the back, all the videos, none of that. I had none of that. And of course we ended up having a morning, Starley, with every accident that could happen, happened, including a fatality. So I'm very close with my family, and I was on the phone with my father, who happened to be out of town that week. So I called him to tell him about, oh Dad, I had a really bad morning, one of my first times on KENS 5, and my computers broke down, and I'm telling him the story and how it all went. And the gentleman in front of me, what a small world, and not in a good way. It turns out that the fatality, it was a young mother with her 2 kids, was one of his employees. So, of course, I give him my initial reaction, my condolences for that. And then it led to, somehow he liked the sound of my voice, because as you said, he hadn't even seen me actually, because he was watching, his son was the quarterback in the football game, but he was listening to me speaking on the phone, and how I was explaining to my father all that happened in the newsroom that morning and with my computer and so forth, and he was listening to that. He liked how I had explained that scenario, and he said, listen, I would like to recommend you, if you wouldn't mind. I can put your material in the right hands at a network where I used to be. I wasn't on the on-air talent division, so it goes to show you, not necessarily do you have to go to the person that is right where you're trying to get. He was never on the on-air talent division. He was he was the director of the call center, which is very important for HSN. That's where all the sales come in. But anyhow, he said, I can put your material in the right hands. And thankfully I was well prepared, so that's something that, as you can see, Starley is an utmost example of being well prepared. I had my material of work, some work I had done as a spokesperson on KENS 5 as HEB, plus their TV spokesperson for a couple of years. Right away when I got home that evening, I sent that to him. He forwarded it to the right person, to the Vice President of On-Air Talent on the Home Shopping Network in Tampa. Consequently, I was hired from that. referral. It took a while. They take a long time. It took about 6-7 months.
Yeah, and all of that came from communication, and it came from, putting yourself out there, and we said the communication with, body language and handshakes and marrying, but you taking the time to have conversations with other people. It's a lot of proactive networking.
Correct, a lot of networking, and then also further communication then came in when my first meeting point really was on the phone with the Vice President of Honor and Talent at HSN. And I actually had to kind of fight against the only visual image that she had of me was my appearance on Survivor. So she had...
They're thinking, oh, you're going to come here in a bikini?
I'm like, great, she's going to come here, speaking of like stains and dirt. And she's going to come here and steal all our food.
See, first impressions is image is more than what you wear.
She's going to vote us off, all that stuff. But anyhow, seriously, that's the only visual that she had of me. So I really had to, come across with my communication over the phone, with the sound of my voice. And I know that it was low on the scale, but with the choice of words, I think all of those things, all the numbers, as small as they are, they're part of that equation. They add up.
Well, thank you, Rita. And I think that is a fabulous example. And in closing, I want to say that so often these situations, we think that, hey, I work hard in life, I deserve it, so these things are going to come to me. Almost every time I hear, like, hey, what's going on, Rita? What happened? What are you doing? I can tell you helped to create this for yourself. It's your effort, and there's a form of sales marketing at work constantly. Bless you. And half the examples that we have here for all of our industry experts and our speakers here tonight, and for so many of you in the room, I mean, it comes from having these strong communication skills, and it's not just the being in the right place at the right time. It's making the follow up and making the most out of your situation.
Yes.
So, well, let's give a round of applause for Rita. Thank you so much.
Thank you.